Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System and Coaching. And I am so glad to be here each and every week to do these business leadership lives in 15 minutes. And I do them for a couple of reasons. The first one is for you to really shift your perspective, the way you look at your business. Look at it differently, probably differently than most shop owners, and turn that into your competitive advantage. I find that what happens is when we shift the way that we look at things, it actually changes the actions that we take. And the second reason is for you to be able to take one action item away each and every week and implement it. Really go out and take one thing, keep it simple. And this really causes a ripple effect in your business. We don't have to have these massive, big changes. It's the small ones that can really make an impact, with consistency. So, a question I get asked most often is, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with and I guide and support single location auto shop owners. This is a group that is near and dear to me. I personally still own an automotive repair shop since 1999, my husband and I. And I know the grit and the drive that it takes to actually run, operate, and own a business in that space. So I do this because I know that a lot of owners are in what I call owner overload, and they're wearing a lot of hats. A lot of times they're the go-to person. And a lot of times they tell me that they don't understand their financials as much as they would like to. So I help them with all of that and help them rid themselves of owner overload. So let's get started. This week's topic is auto shop owners fueling growth. Now, when we think about growth, we think a lot of times about outside forces really affecting our business. And although that's true, there's a lot about our team and all of the different things in our business that we could look at very differently. So most auto shop owners that I speak with think about, for example, what their team will do for them and their business. And I find that many get stuck here. I know, right? I did this as a shop owner myself. And many times, here's what happened for me. I found that when I went to next level, that was really, really common. It was very common to kind of get stuck in that space. The mindset of an auto shop owner can really significantly impact your business, and it can impact their success as well. So I want to break down with you today how scarcity and abundance mindsets can really influence your business and your personal life. If you're an owner who is willing to develop your owner leader skills to grow yourself, your team, and your business, then you know what? You want to stay on. But if you're an owner who believes that all issues are external, then you know what? This isn't going to be the life for you. So let's dive right in here. Scarcity mindset. This is really fear-based. When we think about it, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made, and owners that have this scarcity mindset make decisions coming from a place of fear of losing customers. That's one I hear a lot. Fear of spending money, fear of change. And this can really lead to missed opportunities and the frustration of staying stuck, sometimes for years. The next one that happens in a scarcity mindset is you have limited growth. So owners, they might hesitate to invest in necessary tools, training, or marketing, fearing that these expenses will really deplete or put a strain on their resources. They're just terrified that they can't afford these things. And that's something I commonly hear. This can really hinder, it can hold back a shop's ability to grow and to improve. They just assume that the people that were successful had it somehow. The third one is they experience poor delegation. So a scarcity mindset can really have owners that causes them really to hold on tightly to control or even micromanaging, fearing that delegating tasks is going to lead to a lot of mistakes. And what happens because they're holding on and they're micromanaging, this can really cause burnout, and it can prevent the team from developing. And that is not a good environment for a team to be in. High achievers, they really won't accept that or stay. And lastly, when we're talking about a scarcity mindset, you have a negative culture or a negative workplace. So the thing about this is that constant worry that owners are facing and a focus on all of the limitations, well, we can't do this because of this, and I'm limited, and, I can't do this, or I don't have the resources. All of that kind of talk can really create a stressful work environment, and it can affect the team's morale and productivity. So now let's talk about what an abundance mindset is. This is opportunity focused. That's the first thing. Owners that have that abundance mindset are really more likely to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Okay, we have a challenge. An example, we have a small parking lot. So we're very, very limited to what we could do. Other owners may see opportunities. While this is a good opportunity for me to get to know my neighbors, I probably should have known them a little bit better. Maybe I can get some more space and we can shuttle cars over there, because they're looking at it as an opportunity. They are open to new ideas and willing to take calculated risks, not crazy, wild risks, but calculated risks. The second one is invest in growth. They understand that investing in their business is key, and investing in themselves. And you know why they do this? Because they track it. They actually see what the return is on the investment that they're making and even the effort that they're putting in. So whether it's in technology, staff training, marketing, those are just some examples. This can lead to greater returns. And this real proactive approach drives the business forward. The third one is effective delegation. So believing in the capability of their team, they delegate tasks. They don't just dump everything on their team. They actually delegate tasks and empower their team members. They give them resources. This can lead to more efficient operations, right, day to day, and allows the owner to focus on the planning. They can actually be strategic, where before they could not. They were just putting out fires every day and they just had to get through the next thing that was happening. So they can actually be strategic. And the last one is the next thing that they do is they celebrate wins. This is key. This is huge. Acknowledge and celebrate successes, whether they're large or small. It doesn't matter. You want to build a positive and motivating environment. You want people to understand that they're valued and appreciated. So you want to really have that positive work culture. And they actually engage, and their teams are loyal when they feel appreciated and valued, and they see opportunities that they could grow. So let's talk about some practical steps so that somebody says, you know what, there are a few things that are going on in my shop and they get to me every now and then, and I can see myself in that scarcity way of thinking. Sometimes the words that come out of my mouth do sound like that. How do I make that shift? Like Marianne, tell me exactly what to do. What can I do? So I want to share with you some real practical steps here. Educate and train, right? Education and training are huge. Regularly invest in personal and professional development to stay ahead in the industry. A lot of times people will do this with technical, but they don't go and do the management or personal development. And that is key. So you budget for this. You actually put this into your budget and know that your business needs to bring in enough of money. And that's really the easiest way is you plan for it, you include it. The second one is networking. Engage with other business owners and industry experts. So these could be people that are in your industry, or they could be local business owners that aren't necessarily in your industry. And you do this to gain new perspectives and ideas. Somebody may be doing something in their business and you're like, wow, I never thought of that. That would work really well. Some ideas won't, but some of them are really worth trying. The next thing is delegation. You really want to trust your team with responsibilities and promote them with the tools and the training that they need to succeed. Again, don't just blindly hand them off tasks. Give them the resources, the tools, and the training to do that. Focus on solutions, right? We're faced with challenges all the time. Focus on finding solutions rather than getting stuck and dwelling on the problems, thinking of yourself as a victim, like, poor me. I don't understand why it has to be this way. No, focus on what can we do? What's in our power? What can we do to actually come up with a solution? And lastly, again, when someone has an achievement, an accomplishment, it could even be a great review from a customer, and you know who worked on that vehicle, or they spoke really highly of, someone who's answering the phones and helping them out. Celebrate that. Acknowledge and celebrate those successes, no matter how small they are, because what you want to do is you want to inspire your team. You want to recognize that positive action, that positive customer service, productivity, all of that. Just the human to human contact when someone goes the extra mile, goes out of their way. You really want to celebrate that. Celebrate people's wins. So your auto shop will grow to the level of your leadership. So think about that. If your level of your leadership is here, but you're looking to grow your shop here, it's not going to work. You're going to hit a ceiling. You're going to hit a wall. So really needing to develop your leadership is key for your shop to grow. By cultivating this abundance mindset, auto shop owners can really embrace their business's resilience, the capacity for growth, and overall success. I've been in business since 1999. We're celebrating 25 years. I've seen a lot. I've seen it all. I've seen the changes in the industry. Here's what I hear from owners a lot of times. The shift to abundance thinking improved my personal life and relationships. They were thinking that it was only going to affect their business, but it actually went over into their personal life. Or another one that I've heard most recently is, I enjoy my business again, and my family sees it. My friends notice it. So those are the things that are really rewarding for me, because this abundance way of thinking really does go over into your personal life as well. So I want to leave you, as always, with a pro thinking tip. We all have moments of scarcity mindset. It's going to happen. Like, we all go through it. But the key is not to stay stuck there. Identify it and just say, you know what? I'm having that scarcity moment right now. I have to get out of it. Start with yourself, then develop leaders on your team. Reach out to a coach, a mentor, another owner who's been there for guidance. That's what you want to do. You and your business are worth it. Your team is worth it. Your family is worth it. Your customers, your community, they're all worth it. I mean, the list goes on and on. Your suppliers, your vendors, because you are really influencing more people than you realize. So that's it for this week's Business Leadership in 15 minutes. I'm glad you could join. If you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you know. I know this is a very, very giving group. So have an enjoyable week.